Alright, y'all. Bubba here again. I know it's been a minute, a good long minute since I've been on the YouTubes. And I do apologize for that. Life's crazy. Life's busy. Got a lot of stuff going on and I have missed y'all. So today, I'm making another video. And the main reason I'm making this video is to show you how I wet form. I know I've made wet forming videos, but I'm talking about legit, like over a lighter, over a blade, thick wet forming, things that aren't just going to stretch real easy. This process is going to require form boards. It's going to require a bunch of clamps, leather that's going to be hot and wet. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I am making a sheath for, what is this called? It's a Swiss Army, I think, Champion? Dadgummit, I should have remembered that. But it's a big Swiss Army knife. You know what I mean? That's, what is that thing? 1, 2, 3 centimeters, which is also 1.25 inches wide. It's a big boy. This right here is going out to my buddy James. James, a lot of y'all know him. I'm getting a message there. A lot of y'all know him. He's a good fella. And he sent me this, and I want to do it right. I was going to do the standard pouch I do, and then make the form fit, and it would have been great. It would have been a beautiful sheath. It'll work perfect. It'll last a long time. But instead, I decided I want to change things up a little bit because I've never made a pouch or a sheath or anything for one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do it up custom, do it up real nice. And what I'm going to do is, I've already made the back. This will be trimmed down. This is my rough cut. This will be the back. This is going to go over the front and snap. The next piece I'm going to make is the top of it. This is the piece that's going to be completely wet formed. What I have done is I have ran this piece of leather under hot water. There is no longer any naked or bare leather showing. It's 100% wet. And I'm going to use this to form the top piece with this board and a regular flat board. Alright, my edges are sanded smooth here. And it's a little bit right at, got any room to draw out. So I might have made it a little too shallow, but I will show you how I compensate with that. So now that I've got my leather right here, the top piece, as wet as I want it to be, ran it into hot water. Now I run hot water because when hot water dries up on leather, it gets a little bit more stiff. Makes more of a better sheath, in my opinion. It's a little less malleable, a little more stiff, and a little more beautiful, I believe. And it goes ahead and evens out whatever blemishes might be on the leather. Gets away any kind of marks that might be on the leather. So what you're going to need is the form boards, if you decide to do this. And this notch should be made to your knife. I left a little bit of room on each side so that the thing's not super tight, and it allows for the curvature of the leather. And then a board to clamp it to. You're going to need a bunch of clamps. I've got 2 big crank clamps and a bunch of small clamps. And I'm going to find the smoothest part on this other board. We're going to clamp it to it. So let me bring it down here where you can see a little bit. Whoa, and everything come loose. We're not even going to edit that out. We're just going to go with it. Alright. So I'm going to set this right here. See if you can still see that. And I'm going to get that as square as I can get it. And this part of my leather is going to be the top because it's nice and pretty. The rest of it's going to get trimmed. I'm going to line this edge up to where I want how much showing. Does that make sense? And I'm going to try to keep it flush with that. So when I clamp it, everything is on the wood. Then I'm going to stick this right over it where it needs to be. Alright, we paused and trying to straighten some things out here so you can see maybe. I'm going to set this edge right here square with that edge because that's where I want it. but it is going to adjust a little bit when I clamp all this down. I'm going to go ahead and start working this a little bit because I can. And what it does is it allows me to look at that better. You see how it's starting to flare over the edge in a little bit? That's going to be normal, and I will trim that all later. And then I'm going to stick this right to the bottom of the blade. The end of the blade is right there. I'm going to clamp that down here in just a second, but don't make sure it doesn't pull away too far. If you got to, scoot it up and then press down, pull it tight so that it ends up where you want it to end up. And then what I got is these big old clamps right here. Whoop, I done kicked it. Pull it tight and make sure it ends up right where you want it, because once this thing dries, that's going to be where it's going to be. There you go. There you go. At right. Beautiful. All right. Never said it was going to be the easiest thing. Have your clamps ready. Get that bad boy clamped down there real good. Put the other one on the other side, get it clamped down real good. And you see how that thing's sitting in there? I want it a little bit loose so that it will slide out. Look right there. Ain't a whole lot of it. Ain't a whole lot of gap right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this just a little bit so you can get some impressions of the tools that are in it. I'm probably going to put a tongue depressor right here and put another clamp on it. Same thing on the other side, just so I can get a little bit better of an edge right there where this piece isn't deep enough. Where it's not quite deep enough. But I've got tongue depressors that I can use to do that. So I think I'm going to do that. With more clamps. Oh, come on. That's right. We're on TV. Come on. There you go. Can you see that? Just a little clamp with a tongue depressor. We're going to do one more on this side to make sure everything's clamped down where we want it to be. Boom, there you go. Adjust a little bit if you want a little tighter. Pull it in a little bit more if you want a little bit tighter. Now, boom, come back up here to me. There you go. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm probably going to let it sit overnight. I could take a blow dryer to it and speed up the process. There's a few things I could do to speed up the process. But I'm going to leave it clamped in there. Can you see that thing? That's how I do it. When I want something to have that really good wet formed shape. Instead of just a little bit, it's a bunch. Now, you might end up, if you do a lot of different things, making a whole lot of different form boards. Wood's probably not the best thing to use. Get you some Formica or plastic, or heck, these cutting boards. This one I use for punching things. You could probably make it into these, and they'll last a lot longer. So you could do like that, especially this one right here I actually made for doing Zippo lighter cases. There's one over here somewhere. There you go. It's the front of a Zippo. That's why it's shallow. But it's the exact same size as that Swiss Army knife, which is why I'm using that. I should have cut it a little bit more deeper, and I should have made another custom one just for Swiss Army knives. But I honestly don't know how many more Swiss Army knife, I want to say Champion. Probably wrong, but I think Swiss Army knife Champion. Forgive me. But I don't know how many more of those I'm going to do, but I know I do a lot of Zippos. It's the same width this way, but this is different. You know? But the way I've got it set up, it was pretty close. So those two little tongue depressors made a world of difference. Now, excuse me while I pause for the calls. Man, I've missed y'all. All right. So tell your buddies, tell your friends. If you got any questions, message me. This right here is almost foolproof. You can do this as big or as little of a scale as you want to. You can do this with pouches. My dog's talking here. You can do it with Zippos. You can do it with anything. The secret, though, is to keep it tight. Get the clamps on there. Work that bad boy down. I'm going to put another clamp on the back while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Make sure that thing don't swell up just a little bit in the back. Boom. All right. Get it clamped. Make sure that your wood or plastic or whatever you're using for your form board is smooth enough, and just squeeze it down. When you're done, now you can cut little V's into the excess part of the leather. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes it makes it easier. But the way I do it with these boards, and I clamp the mess out of it, it doesn't move. The wrinkles go somewhere towards the back. It never goes towards the front. But if you end up having problems with that, where it won't just go flat, it won't squish flat, the back of it, which would be down here in your excess leather, cut little V notches. Cut a bunch of little V notches so that when you clamp it, it flexes. Does that make sense? If not, message me, call me, hit me up on Instagram, Save It Outdoor Survival. I'm on all them things, MySpace, all that stuff. Not MySpace. But if you subscribe to the Hustle and Grind podcast, you'll know where that inside joke comes from. So on all your Spotifys and all the weird places that you get podcasts, me and my buddy Jason from JK Blades are doing a podcast now. It's called Hustle. I think it's _and_grind. It's the Hustle and Grind podcast. Look us up, follow us. That's also on Instagram. That's on, I want to say, Facebook, and anywhere that you get your podcasts. Now, James, this right here will be dry tomorrow. This thing will be almost completely ready to go. I've already got the other part ready to go. I got to make the welt. Now, he's also getting his ferro rod, and I want to say this looks familiar. Is this a Bear? What's that guy's name? Bear, I can't remember, but it looks familiar. It's a ferro rod that looks familiar to me. And I think I know the maker. I used to make ferro rods for a long time, and there just got to be so many people doing it, so I just kind of quit doing it because I had a lot of other things I wanted to do. But this is a very nice 3/8 inch ferro rod, bear claw carved into it, little 550 cord knot there. But he's also getting a loop made into the side of this. So when I make the welt for this, what I'll do is I'll make an area of the welt to form that loop. I might make another video for that, but I'm not going to run this video on for a long time. I do appreciate all you new subscribers. I've gotten like 17 this week, and I want to say thank you all because I haven't uploaded a video in a couple months, and it's because I'm busy. A little lazy. When I get done working all day, I got property that I've been redoing. It's the summertime. We're doing the podcast. I'm remodeling that property, and I've got leather business. I made a big contract with a guy that I feel bad about it. Barry, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I got the job done, but it wasn't to my standards because both of my sewing machines broke as soon as I agreed to it. Big crock of crap. It really upset me. Product turned out good. I got them all done. It took a little longer than normal. And for that guy, I'm still making 60 hats. And those are in the work. We've got a stack of them going behind me. I got a stack of these things. Just hat patches. I got a stack here, a stack there. They're getting dyed. They're getting sprayed. Barry, if you're watching, it's in the works, brother. They're getting done. One by one. So I appreciate all you new subscribers. I appreciate whoever it is that keeps watching other videos that get me up to 21,000 views on a video. Holy cow. So y'all go to Save It Outdoor Survival on Facebook, Instagram. Give me a follow. Give me a like. And I want to say thank you. This just came in the mail. Phoenix Abrasives got my new hat. How about that? Quite excited about that. Jason's been rocking his, and it looks so pretty on him. Look how white this thing is. Whoop. Man. Phoenix Abrasives and Broadbeck Ironworks sponsors our podcast. I don't know if I should shout them on YouTube because they don't sponsor me here. But either way, I got my new hat looking sharp. So, I appreciate all y'all. Y'all keep liking my stuff. Y'all keep watching my videos. We are I got the email, we're about to be a YouTube partner, which is, I don't 100% know what all that means, but I guess that means I get to get paid again, because I haven't made any money off of YouTube since, what was it, 2019, 2020, when they changed that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views, or 4,000 hours, or 400 hours. I get the hours because of y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching my stuff. That I think it's the moccasin video. It's one of my biggest. That thing blows up, and I'm always answering questions and getting questions about it. I still have those moccasins. They're actually sitting right beside me. Well, they're on the shelf over there. Great moccasins. I wear them regularly. Love them. But I'm telling y'all thank you. And I'm sorry I haven't been around. I'm going to try to do more videos. I'm going to try to get some more stuff done. I might make another video about how I'm wet molding this. It's going to be beautiful. Jeff, you're going to love it, man. It's going to be perfect. Custom fit. It'll fit up to a 1 3/4 inch belt. You wear anything bigger than 2 inch, you got to make sure you tell me, people. Any of y'all out there who order sheaths, I make things to fit either 1.5 inch or 1 3/4 inch belts. Haven't had a problem yet, but a buddy of mine at work was talking about, well, I wear a 2 inch belt when I do such and such. I think he's a cosplay or reenactor. I can't remember what he said. So if you have anything bigger than a 1 3/4 inch belt and you order from me, make sure you tell me. But that's enough rambling. Man, I sure appreciate y'all. I love my wife. That business is doing so amazing. Y'all get online here real soon. Furology. Furolgie. Dumb redneck here. I'm sorry. Pet products. Things for the skin. Life's doing so good. I appreciate y'all sticking in. The wife's businesses are kicking butt. The wife is so amazing. The kids are great. We haven't seen them in about 3 weeks, and I kind of miss them because they went to Grandma's house. But, man, I keep saying I'm not going to keep rambling, but here I am because I miss y'all. I do miss y'all. Man, what's new? Ain't nothing else I can really ramble about. I don't know what else. I got so much other stuff. Man, there's some things coming down the line. Y'all look at Fire and Ice Outpost. Check them out. There's some things coming along. 803 Outpost Coffee. Man, I'm involved in some of their stuff. There's a bunch of different projects down the line that are coming out that I'm a part of. Georgia Bushcraft. I'll be up there in November. The Bushcraft Coffee Company. They got a lot of stuff. Man, that whiskey. That whiskey coffee. Casey, if you're watching this, bro, I need some more. I went through it like crack, man. It's good coffee. So, I don't know what the point of this video originally was now. No, I'm just kidding. We wet formed the sheath. I'm just giving y'all a little tutorial and a little catch up where I've been, what's been going on. Life's been busy, man. Life's been crazy. I got so much stuff going on. Festivals after another. Wife's business and my business, which is all both technically our businesses. Things are so busy. Things are so amazing. God has blessed us so much. Everybody's healthy. Dogs are healthy. Our rescue dog, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see, originally we called him Cooper, now we call him Tracker. This dog met my wife like 3 miles from home. Followed her to our house 8 hours later. Turns out he had heartworms. Cost me a bloody fortune to get him fixed, but he's doing great. He's in the next room over there running around in circles right now. A great dog. My other dogs are doing great. Hero and Russell, they're both amazing. All my children are doing good. For all you out there who suffer depression and I ain't good enough, I don't know if I'm going to keep going. Who really cares? Y'all squash that shit. Life's beautiful. God is blessing you. The cool thing about a trip is it always does this. You might be in a dip, but you're steadily going up as you're doing it. Y'all don't quit. Y'all don't give up. Tell your people you love them. Remember there's a plan for you. And just because things are hard don't mean you should just give up on it. We have worked our asses off and we have done a lot and came a long ways. And I'm blessed and I'm so happy about it. I appreciate all y'all sticking with me. Go show some love to everybody out there. Tell your parents you love them. Tell your friends you love them. If your parents have passed, I just lost my uncle. If your family's passed, remember, love never dies. All right? Y'all do me a favor. Keep hustling. Keep grinding. Tell your people you love them. Y'all come back now, all right? I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. This is Bubbles, Save It Outdoor Survival. Y'all come on back and watch me. Take care.